Hey photographers, today I want to talk about being reactive versus active in our business. This is something that's been huge in my life that I've realized more and more. When I'm in the right state, things start to happen. I start to, make more money. I start to make more sales. I start to meet more people. Everything just kind of starts happening. We build momentum, and when momentum builds, things really move and we start feeling better. But this comes down to two states, and we have active state and reactive state. Most of us operate from the reactive state. And when you're in the reactive state, what that means is that for the most part, you're responding to what's happening around you. And in SEO, it's really easy to do because we've published, 10 great articles on our site, for example. And we go in and we check Google Search Console 4 times a day. Google Search Console is only updated like twice a day, but we keep checking it and we keep mining deep into the data. We go into Google Analytics and we're seeing what's happening and why is this happening. And we think that as we're doing this, that we're doing great research that's going to give us good insights. And generally that's not the case. Like we might learn something, but for the most part, in my experience, it actually becomes defeating because Google and all kinds of other marketing channels aren't happening instantly. They're taking time to take effect. So we look at it and nothing's changing. Wow, I published 10 new articles. Why am I not ranking yet? So we keep checking the stats. We keep checking the analytics. We keep going back and revisiting the article and looking it over and saying, maybe I didn't write the keyword in enough. Maybe I didn't do this. Maybe I didn't do that. There's all these reasons that we stay in a reactive state. Another example of reactive state is Facebook, social media, Instagram. We sit there, we browse through the feed. Maybe we create an occasional post, but for the most part, we're browsing through the feed or we're responding if somebody says something to us. So it's kind of like the reactive state is when you're sitting there and you're waiting for work to come your way. And sure, once you get to a certain point and your SEO is dialed or your social media is really cruising, yeah, maybe people are coming to you. But most of us aren't at that point yet. So sitting there and studying the data and reading posts and just responding to things, responding to emails, waiting for new emails with new client requests coming in. This isn't going to do anything, but the implementation is what causes the actual results. So that's the active state or the action state. So when we're stuck in the reactive state, we spend all our time just thinking about what's coming towards me? What's coming towards me? Why aren't people reaching out to me? Why isn't this happening? It's so easy to be unproductive and to actually slow our business down and no longer grow. So what I'm suggesting today is try and set aside some time this week to be active. And something I did recently that I find super helpful is I took all the things that I know are reactive, right? Like YouTube research for growing my channel. It needs to happen, but not to the level I've been doing it, not the way I've been doing it for sure. Email, checking my email, checking my Facebook ads, checking Facebook. And I found that I was doing this 40 times a day, each one of those. Like, what am I doing? This is just a giant waste of time. If you can relate to this, then what I suggest is write down on a piece of paper, like, I'm going to check my email at 8 a.m., I'm going to check it at 1 p.m., and I'm going to check it at 4. And I'm going to respond for 5 minutes each of those times. I'll set a timer. And then, anything that goes past that, I can do in the next session, or maybe it didn't need to happen at all. But set a timer and do that 3 times a day. Do the same with your Facebook. Say, I'm only going to have Facebook open from 12:30 to 1 right after lunch. And that's going to be the time that I'm going to comment. I'm going to respond to people. I'm going to make a new post, whatever it is. Set aside a time. Maybe it's only once a week that you want to do this, or 3 times a week, something like that. But once you do this, you're going to find that you're way more productive because the stuff you're doing, and as a photographer, you're creative, you want to create. So let's do creative marketing approaches. Let's work on the things that we need to create, like new blog posts, new content, whatever, lights us up. Let's do more of that stuff and less of this other reactive stuff that's not pushing us where we want to go. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, I'd love for you to subscribe, click the link below, like this video. It helps me grow the channel and it helps me get the word out to more photographers so I can help them grow their businesses as well. All right, have a great day.